Hi guys, today we're going to make our 1, 7, and 11 tools for our multiplication fact practice. And so we start with grid paper. The reason we do grid paper is so we can keep things lined up. Mrs. Boynton still needs to use grid paper because I really don't want to go through a whole math practice and have one line off and then be sad because I got a bad score just because I had everything on not lined up. We start with our grid paper. We write our factor or the factors that we're wanting to practice, and we're going to start with our ones. So on the top, I always like to do multiplication on one side and division on the other side. And then on the left-hand side, we start with our 0, and we go clear down to 12. So let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we need to fill in the right-hand side. So we need to skip count by ones. And I know it's silly. Ones are just going to be counting, but that's okay. We can practice making a tool for even the simple ones. So 0 times 1 would be 1. 1 groups of 1. Oh goodness, Mrs. Boynton made a mistake. Let's go back. 0 groups of 1 would be 0. 1 group of 1 is 1. 2 groups of 1 is 2. 3 groups of 1 is 3. 4 groups of 1, 4. 5 groups of 1 is 5. 6 groups of 1 would be 6. 7 groups of 1 would be 7. 8 groups of 1, 8. 9 groups of 1 would be 9. 10 groups of 1 would be 10. 11 groups of 1 would be 11. And 12 groups of 1 is always 12. Super easy, that's okay. We practiced with our ones. Now sevens, we're going to start again with our multiplication on the left-hand side and our division on the other side. All right, now we start always with our zeros, and then we go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we're going to be filling in the right side. If I have 0 groups of 7, that's going to be 0. What's nice about the zeros, it's always going to be zeros, no matter what factor you're doing. Okay, if I have 1 group of 7 cookies, that's going to be 7 cookies. What if I have 2 groups of 7 cookies, though? Now here we can use our hundreds chart to see the multiples of 7. We can skip count. We can use a number line, whatever you need to do. You can count with your fingers. It's not anything to get this correct, because if you get this correct, then it's going to be easy peasy. So 2 groups of 7 would be 14. 3 groups of 7 is 21. 4 groups of 7 is 28. 5 groups of 7 is 35. 6 groups of 7 is 42. 7 groups of 7 is 49. 8 groups of 7 is 56. 9 groups of 7 is 63. 10 groups of 7 would that be 70. 11 groups of 7 would be 77, and 12 groups of 7 would be 84. Now the reason why I do multiplication on this side and division on this side is for this reason. If I were to say 7 times, let's say, 3 equals, then I can go to this multiplication side, go down to 3, and I go over, and it's 21, so I know it's 21. But if I have 42 divided by 7 equals, then I go to this division side, go down to 42, and look over, and that would be 6. So that is the reason that we have multiplication and division on the sides. That way it helps us complete our problems. All right, so next we're going to do our 11s. We're going to start by putting that multiplication symbol and that division symbol. And again, we're going to start with our 0. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now guys, remember, if you want a on your tools for the week, or a higher grade, or A+, you need to go past 12, okay? Okay, now we're going to start with our zeros. We're going to fill in that right-hand side. So 0 times 11, 11 groups of 0 would still be 0. 1 group of 11 is 11. 2 groups of 11 would be 22. 3 groups of 11, 33. 4 groups of 11 is 44. 5 groups of 11 is 55. 6 groups of 11, 66. 7 groups of 11, 77. I wonder if you're seeing a pattern. 8 groups of 11 is 88. 9 groups of 11 is 99. 10 groups of 11. Okay, so now the double digit does not work on this because, okay, so what I do is 99 and we have to do 11, so I'm going to break that 11 into 10 and 1. Put that 1 with that 99 is 100, plus 10 more would be a 110. Now 11 groups of 11 would be 11 more, so I can break it into that 10 and 1 again, so that would be 120, and then we add a 1, 121. Now let's do this 12. 121 plus 10 more is 131, plus 1 more is 132. Good job, guys. This was hard, but we can do it. We've got grit. We don't quit. Have a good day.